Imagine a home that thinks with you, lights that respond to your presence, fans that know when to cool you down, and a system that alerts you instantly if danger is near. Sounds futuristic, right? Well, not anymore. In an era defined by the convergence of convenience and technological innovation, the role of home automation systems has transitioned from a luxury to a necessity. Modern smart homes are no longer passive structures. They actively sense, respond, and adapt to their inhabitants' needs. This proposed system is a comprehensive embedded automation model designed to make a residential environment safer, more energy efficient, and more convenient through intelligent use of environmental sensors and actuators, all orchestrated by a central microcontroller. So, together, let's dive into how this system was designed, what problem it solves, and how it brings automation within everyone's reach. So, we have prepared a presentation which Shubham Kumar will now present to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Subham Kumar. Today we are excited to present our project titled A Smart Environment Monitoring and Automation System. This project is focused on the use of intelligent control mechanism that combine sensor and actuators to create an efficient and self-regulating environment. We are take you through the motivation behind the system, how it works, the benefit it offers, and our future vision for making it smarter and more connected. I am going to take you to the next slide. This idea behind our project is simple yet powerful. We have developed a sensor-based system that can continuously monitor important environment parameters like temperature, light intensity, and the presence of harmful gases. I am showing you here. Instead of relying on manual adjustment, the system automatically responds to environment change. For example, it turns on a fan when it's hot, switch on light in darkness, or trigger a buzzer during a gas leak. This self-regulating not only improves safety but also reduce energy waste and increase comfort without needing human intervention every time. Going to the next slide. At the heart of the system is data collect and real-time decision making using sensor like TMP36 for temperature, LDR for light, and MQ2 for gas. We collect real-time data. When these values go beyond defined safe or comfortable level, actuators like fan, bulb, and buzzers are triggered. This creates a responsive automatic environment that can save energy, reduce manual labor, and present potential hazard like gas leak all through a low-cost embedded system design. The next slide is our system focus on three key pillars. First, automation. Second, energy efficiency. Third, real-time response. In automation, manual tasks like switching on light or fan are eliminated. In energy efficiency, device operate only when needed, reducing electric uses. In real-time response, the system react immediate to any environmental change, such as sudden rise in temperature or gas leak, ensuring quick mitigation. These features make the system intelligent and efficient in both home and industrial environment. In next, in today's world, many importance still rely on manual control of fan, light, and safety alarm. This lead to major issues. First, insufficiency like energy waste and delay response. Safety hazards such as delay detection of gas leak, which can be life-threatening. So we ask ourselves, what if this action could happen automatically without human delay or errors? That's exactly what this project aims to solve. In next, our solution automates control using real-time data from sensor. This allows us to dynamically adjust condition inside a room or building. For example, a fan can automatically cool down a hot room. Light can turn on only when it's dark. A buzzer can instantly warn you of danger gas leaks. This improves comfort, ensure resource efficiency, and boosts safety for occupants. Again, next, let's look at the core sensor module in detail. This one, temperature sensor TMP36, it means Ambient temperature. If the value exceed a set threshold, say 35 degrees Celsius, a DC fan is turned on, just like this. This help in thermal regulation, scaling in summer. Light sensor, LDR. It detects a surrounding light level in dark condition. It automatically turn on a bulb or LED. This ensure better visibility and energy efficiency. Uh, Next one is gas sensor. MQ2. This sensor detects a smoke and harmful gases like LPG or methane. If the reading crosses a safety threshold, a buzzer is activated to immediately alert people nearby. Each sensor acts as the eyes and ear of our system. This slide for mathematical models. The behavior of our system is governed by simple threshold logic, which make it easy to implement and efficient. Here are the model. If the temperature is increased by 35 degree Celsius, then fan is on. See here, if the light is below the 20 units, then bulb is on. If the gas level is increased by 30 units, then buzzer is on. These all are shown here in the presentation. This type of logic allows the system to make fast and straightforward decision. The threshold can also be adjusted based on the user environments. Some key benefits are also for the safety, comfort, and efficiency. This approach brings many benefits. Safety. The gas sensor alert user immediately preventing accidents. Comfort. The fan and light adjust automatically based on environment need. Efficiency. Only necessary devices are turned on, reducing energy bill and preventing resource waste. These are my the codes for the temperature. Uh, these are the code which is shown here for the gas detection. Also, I'm going for the next slide, which are the outputs. We tested the system in various scenarios. In a dark room, the bulb turned on as expected. During a gas leak simulation, the buzzer activated immediately. The system response was always accurate, confirming that our threshold and logic work as intended. The test show real-time reaction and consistent behavior for providing the effectiveness of our model. The next slide is about we judging the system on several metrics. Real time, no for real time, no notification delay between detection and response. Automation. Once powered on, it required no human input. Modulity. Sensor and actuator could be added or changed easily. And most important, the success rate in lab condition was 100%. Every scenario behaved as expected. We also do future enhancement here. We see great scope for expanding the system, just like mobile app, control and monitor sensor remotely, IoT integration, upload data to the cloud for tracking trends and historical analysis, machine learning, periodically control like turning on a fan before it get too hot, or voice control for use a smart assistant like Google or Alexa to control application. This make our system a smarter, more connected, and more user friendly. I'm going for the next slide, which is a shortcoming for of existing system. Many smart system today have limitation. They rely heavily on internet connection. If the Wi-Fi down, they stop working. Device often work in isolation without integration behavior, and they are expensive and complex, making them less accessible to average user. This limit widespread adoption. How we solve this? Our system solve this problem, just like it control operate offline, ensure reliability even without internet. It provide coordinate response, for example multiple device acting on one sensor. It also a cost effective, using components that are affordable and easy to install even for beginners. Let's recap the component and their roles. LDR sensor detect light intensity. TMP39 measure ambient temperature, just like here. MQ2 detect a smoke and gas. Servo motor can open or close door. DC fan regulate airflow. LED bulb provide lighting. Buzzer warm in uh, one in gas presence. Today they form a full ecosystem of sensing and response. The software is developed using Arduino ID3 for code writing and uploading, embedded C and C++ for programming, Servo.h library to control the servo motor, serial monitor to test and debug real-time data. This setup allow easy deployment and testing. What are the logic flow here? Here how everything connected. Sensors are wired to analog pin to provide input. See, we connected this to the every point here. Actuator like fan and buzzer are connected to digital pin. The system is powered by USB or internal battery also. There, there are the logic wise. Uh, Read sensor value, compare with threshold, trigger appropriate action. It is clean, logical, and easy to scale.
Okay, so in this system, we've integrated a set of smart sensors, including a temperature sensor, a LDR, a gas sensor, and ultrasonic distance sensor, all of which communicate with the Arduino Uno microcontroller. And based on real time data from these sensors, the system automatically controls appliances like lights, fans, and even door mechanisms using servo relays, servo motors, and relays. We've also ensured safety with a gas detection alert and incorporated energy efficiency by activating appliances only when necessary. This entire process runs without any human intervention, offering both comfort and security. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the working demonstration, explaining the logic flow and the flow of code, and show how each component contributes to the system's smart behavior. So let's dive in and explore how automation can transform an ordinary room into intelligent living space. Meanwhile, you can also see the actual circuit of our working system on the screens right now. Moving on, we'll now see the working of each sensor and its effect on the remaining circuit. Okay, so moving on to the first sensor, LDR, a light dependent resistor, also known as photoresistor or a photocell. So, a LDR is a type of resistor whose resistance varies depending on the amount of light falling on it. LDRs are commonly used in light sensing applications and play a crucial role in circuits where light intensity needs to be detected and measured. Working principle of an LDR. The working principle of an LDR basically is the resistance of an LDR decreases as the intensity of the light falling on it increases. Conversely, in the absence of light, the resistance is very high. Basically, LDRs have high resistance in dark and low resistance when exposed to light. The relationship between the light intensity and resistance is typically non-linear, and the LDR's response can be influenced by factors such as wavelength of light, temperature, and specific materials used in the sensors. The characteristics of an LDR basically are light sensitivity. LDRs are highly sensitive to light intensity. These LDRs have a fast response. LDRs can respond to changes in light intensity relatively quickly, making them suitable for real-time applications. And these have a non-linear response. That is, the change in resistance is not linear to the change in light intensity, and therefore might require calibration or mathematical adjustments in order to be effective in precise applications. These LDRs are of two types: a photoconductive, which are the most commonly used LDRs. The resistance changes according to the amount of light they're exposed to. Meanwhile, photovoltaic are those which generate a voltage when exposed to light and are less common in basic light sensing applications. Advantages of using an LDR start with: they are simple and inexpensive. These are easily available in various sizes and can be integrated into a wide range of appliances applications due to their sensitivity to light. These do have a few limitations, as in the non-linear response, which requires a complex calibration, limited accuracy as compared to others such as photodiodes, phototransistors, etc., and sensitivity can vary across different wavelengths of light, making it unsuitable for certain specialized applications. However, for our smart home automation system, where the main purpose of a sensor is to detect the natural illumination, that is, whether it is day or night, this serves as the perfect sensor for detecting that. So we can now also see the demonstration. As the intensity crosses the threshold, the bulbs switch off, and as soon as the intensity goes below this threshold, the bulbs switch on. We have also shown you this through a graph. You can see on the top that as soon as the intensity of the light goes above the threshold, the bulbs switch off, and as soon as they come back, the bulbs are back on. So, moving on to the next sensor, the TMP36 sensor. It is a temperature sensor manufactured by Analog Devices. It provides a precise analog output voltage that is directly proportional to the temperature, making it ideal for a variety of temperature sensing applications. The temperature range typically operates from -40 to 125 degrees Celsius. It offers high accuracy with low drift over time, making it reliable for long term use. The TMP36 provides a linear voltage output that can be converted into temperature readings using a simple formula. It consumes very low power, which is beneficial for battery operated devices. A TMP36 sensor has various applications, be it consumer electronics, where it is used to measure temperature in smartphones, laptops, cameras, be it environmental sensing, where it is ideal for environmental monitoring systems such as weather stations, or industrial equipment, where it is used in industrial settings for temperature control and monitoring. This TMP36 has high precision, high accuracy, and low error over temperature ranges. It has a simple interface where output is in linear voltage and easy to interface with microcontrollers. It uses low power and is suitable for battery operated applications. The TMP36 is a very reliable, low power temperature sensor widely used in applications that require accurate temperature measurements. You can now see the demonstration of TMP36 on Tinkercad. As soon as we increase the temperature from the threshold, for this instance, as we increase the temperature above 50 degrees Celsius, the DC motor starts rotating, that is, the fan starts working, and as soon as we put it below the threshold, the fan will stop working. We also have a graph for certain similar situation. As soon as the values go above the threshold, the fan will start working, and as soon as it goes below the threshold, the fan stops working. Okay, so now moving on to the next sensor, the MQ2 gas sensor, used for detecting a range of gases including methane, CH4, carbon monoxide, CO, alcohol, smoke, and other combustible gases. It operates on the principle of sensitive metal oxide semiconductor, where its resistance changes depending on the concentration of gases present. The key features of such a sensor basically are the detection range. This can detect gases such as methane, propane, carbon monoxide, and smoke in varying concentrations. Output: the sensor gives an analog output that can be read by microcontroller, which changes as this gas concentration increases. The sensitivity: these are highly sensitive to various gases and can detect low concentrations, making it suitable for early warning systems, such as which it is being used for in this system. Power supply typically requires a 5-volt DC power supply, which can be easily provided. These are used in gas leak detection, air quality monitoring, industrial safety, and many more useful areas. The advantage of MQ2 is it is affordable, it is low cost, and it is suitable for both hobbyists and commercial applications. This is a versatile sensor and can detect a wide range of gases. And it is simple to interface. It can easily be interfaced with microcontrollers like Arduino for real time monitoring. Although it does have some limitations, such as it requires calibrations to provide accurate readings for specific gases, and it is more sensitive to certain gases as compared to others, which may limit its effectiveness for specific applications. Okay, we can now see the demonstration of MQ2 sensor on Tinkercad. As soon as we get a gas or smoke particles above this sensor, the buzzer starts to create a sound, and as soon as we remove this gas from the sensor, the buzzer stops. We also have a graph indicating the similar phenomenon. As soon as the threshold is crossed for the gas, an alarm starts buzzing, and as soon as that goes below the threshold value, the buzzer stops working. Now moving on to the next sensor, the ultrasonic distance sensor, which uses ultrasonic waves to measure the distance between a sensor and an object. It works by emitting high frequency sound waves, typically 20 kHz, which is beyond the range of human hearing, and measuring the time it takes for the sound to reflect back after hitting an object. This basically emits ultrasonic pulses, and the time taken for the sound waves to return is measured. The distance to the object is calculated using the speed of sound in air. The range of such a sensor goes from few centimeters to several meters, and it offers a digital and analog output. The accuracy of this sensor is quite phenomenal as it gives us accurate distance measurements with small error margins, usually a few millimeters, and this works even on 5 voltage or 3.3 voltage of DC. These are used in various applications, for example, obstacle avoidance, distance measurement, parking sensors, and motion detection. There are several advantages of using such a sensor. For example, these are non contact measurements, this is simple to use, and this is really cost effective. However, it does have a few limitations such as environmental sensitivity, that is, the environmental factors like temperature, humidity, or the type of material being measured can affect the sensor. The angle of measurement, that is, the sensor measures the distance to the first object in the path of the sound wave, which is not always the intended target, especially if the object is small or irregularly shaped. So, this might get a varied value or difference in answers. We can now see the demonstration of an ultrasonic sensor in action. As soon as an object comes near an ultrasonic distance sensor, the servo motors work, that is, the door opens, and as soon as we take that object away from the sensor, the door closes. Realize that whenever a person approaches the door will open automatically, and as soon as he crosses the door or goes away from the door will close automatically. This provides a non human interference system which is much convenient and secure. We can now also see a graph working on the similar phenomenon, that is, whenever the proximity is less, the door is open, and as soon as that proximity goes beyond the threshold, the door closes. Okay, so we've also integrated this really cool feature in our system, which is the manual toggle. That is, you can, when somebody wishes to override a certain actuator, they can do so. For example, you've just come out of a workout and you feel warm or you feel hot and you need a fan. The sensor sensing 25 degrees Celsius will automatically switch on the fan, wherein you can use the manual toggle to switch on the fan, and the fan will work for a certain period of time before going back to the sensor's readings and working on that. Okay, moving on to the question and answers. There was a question asking for the justification of why each sensor has been used. Starting with photoresistive, LDR-R4. The LDR is an inexpensive and efficient way to measure ambient light levels. It enables automatic lighting based on real-world illumination conditions, saving energy during daytime and enhancing convenience at night. Its analog nature allows flexible threshold calibration as well, which is why we have chosen photoresistors or photocells or LDR, that is light dependent resistors. Moving on, ultrasonic distance resistors. We use this sensor as this is ideal for detecting proximity or motion without physical contact. It has a decent range, typically up to 2 to 4 meters, and high accuracy, making it perfect for detecting human presence near doors to automate entry systems. Next, temperature sensor, that is the TMP36. The TMP36 provides accurate and calibrated temperature readings over a wide range. It operates on low voltage and is directly compatible with Arduino analog input, making it suitable for monitoring room temperature to control fans or HVAC systems. Moving on, the gas sensor or MQ2. Safety is paramount in home environments. The gas sensor detects harmful gases such as LPG or methane, CO, CH4, etc., ensuring early warning during leaks. It is a vital component for enhancing home safety, especially in kitchens or near gas powered appliances. Okay, so there was also a question asking us what sensor profiles and header files have been used from the lab LAs to demonstrate our system. Starting with a temperature sensor, that the sensor profiles come directly from LA1 where we had to work on temperature sensors. In module 3, there was optical sensors where we have used photoelectric sensor, that is LDR, from that module. From LA4, which tells us about metal oxide sensor, we have used the gas sensor to detect any harmful gases. And talking about this, we could have also integrated a humidity sensor from LA3, where we used capacitance to detect the humidity, which can further be applied to activate or deactivate a dehumidifier.
So here is the first question. Can you suggest alternative profile for the same? Yes, we can use this project in many ways. Just like for our first a smart home automation system, a cost-effective smart home system that automatically manage lighting, cooling, and gas detection to enhance safety, save energy, and reduce manual effect. For this project, the target audience is that homeowner, interior designer, a smart appliance company, and the pitch angle is that energy saving, convention, and safety in residential home. Also, we can use this project with Alexa, Google Home, a smartphone app for control or scheduling system. For next purpose, we can use in industrial safety monitoring system an intelligent sensor actuator system designed to detect gas leak, temperature anomalies, and poor lighting condition in industrial facility, ensuring a safer work environment. And the target audience is factory managers, safety engineers, compliance officer, and the pitch angle is workplace safety, especially for hazard environments. Also, it provide SMS email alert, cloud data board, compliance log, and next for the education IoT lab kit, an attractive education toolkit for learning automation and embedded system using real world sensor and actuator, ideal for lab and classroom demonstration. Target audience: a school, college, technical training institute. Pitch angle is that learning platform for electronics, embedded system, and IoT. It also help modular design, a step by step curriculum, Arduino based tutorials. Also, we can use in a smart office energy managers, a plug and plug automation module to manage light and ventilation in office environment, waste and occupancy, ambient light and temperature. Target audience: corporate facilities, co-worker space. Pitch angles are that optimize energy uses and workplace comfort. Add-on: employee comfort feedback integration, weekly energy reports also included in this project. Also, we can use this one in environment monitoring for greenhouse also. A smart environment control for greenhouse that adjusts ventilation and lighting automatically to maintain optimal growing condition. And the target audience for that: farmer, agri-tech, a startup, horticultures. And the pitch angles: sustainable farming, crop health, climate control. Also, it provides soil moisture sensor, irrigation control, solar power version. We can also use this project in elderly care automation system. For that, a supportive home environment system that ensures safe air quality, comfortable temperature, and automated lighting to assist elder or disabled individuals. For this project, the target audience is families with elder members, assisted living center, and the pitch angle is comfort and safety without constant surveillance. Also, it provides fault detection, integration, or panic button, and also voice alert. So we are going for the next question, and the next question is mention problem, constant, and relevant remedies. For that project, the problem is that manual monitoring is sufficient. For that, constant manual checking of temperature, lighting, or gas level is time consuming. Human error can delay critical action like turning off a gas source or switch on a fan. Another is that energy wastage. Lights or fan are often left running unnecessary due to the forgetfulness or negligibles, no control based on actual usage or environment condition. And the third problem is safety risk. Undetected gas leak or excessive heat can lead to fire of or health hazard. Absence of real-time alert in such case puts life and property at risk. And another problem is lack of integration in existing system. Many automation solutions are fragmented and don't communicate effectively with each other. For example, a gas sensor may not trigger ventilation automatically, so we put constant also. Just like first one is hardware limitation. Sensor like MQ2 and TMP36 have occupancy and range limitation. Low cost component may not be a robust and industrial grade device. Another is power supply dependence. The system require a steady power source, just like USB or external adapter. Power outrage can distribute functionally unless a backup is included. Another is a scalability issue. Will the system is modular, adding more sensor or actuator may require reprogramming or additional circuitry. Arduino board have limited input or output pins. No remote monitoring in current setup. Just like current version lack mobile app or cloud connectivity. User must be physically present to represent to alert. So the following relevant remedies are applied for the project. First one is introduce fall safe and redundancy. Add a battery backup or USB to keep the system running during power cuts, or use a redundant sensor array to reduce the false position. Second point is improve sensor accuracy. Replace analog sensor with more precise digital equivalents for temperature and humidity. Calibrate sensor regularly and shield them from environment noise. Third point is add remote monitoring. Integrate IoT features using modular like Node MCU, or allow mobile control and alert by apps, cloud dashboard, or messaging platform. Fourth point is expand hardware with multiplexing or shield. Use multiplexer or sensor shield to overcome Arduino pin limitation. Shift to Raspberry Pi for more computational power and interface if needed. Fifth point is include a smart dashboard making. Implement machine learning module that learn pattern and optimize actuator response over time. Avoid hard-coded threshold. Use dynamic set points based on environment threats. And last point is user-friendly interface. Add an LED display or touch a screen to show current sensor value and status. Use LEDs for virtual feedback, just like green for control normal or red for warning. That's all from my side. Other other may be explained from the Abhay Maheshwari.
You know, after a long day, all you want is comfort. No one wants to go get up, put effort, switch on lights, fans, etc. Introducing Smartness, your intelligent home assistant. From lighting your space to adjusting your environment, Smartness thinks so you don't have to. Smartness, where comfort meets intelligence.